right onto the floor, yeah, yeah. My woman gets me higher. My woman keeps me warm. What you doing in the back? Hey, what you doing in the back? Hey, 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 you should be dancing, yeah, yeah. Dancing, yeah. What you doing in the back? Hey, what you doing in the back? Hey, 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 you should be dancing, yeah. Dancing, yeah. She's into trouble. She gets it to me good. Hey, hey. My woman gives me power. Goes right down to my blood. What you doing in the back? Hey, what you doing in the back? Yeah, 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 you should be dancing. Yeah, yeah. Dancing, yeah.
And so our story has been told with fun and lots of drama.
And now the future's looking good for Michelle and Obama-rama.
When salt and pepper paid us off, our future was a quandary.
And now we watch our cares away in Widow Twanky's laundry.
My dreams come true and I have wed the Emperor's top banana.
And I happy Sultan now, with Gugu as my Sultana.
They saved me from the jungle, so I suppose I should be grateful. But I'll be back another year as evil and as hateful!
Who's he very happy now and gives 1,000,000 thankies to all of you for helping me to win my widow Twanky.
I suppose when you get to my age, you can't afford to be too choosy. But I think I made the perfect choice when I chose to choosy whoosy. Oh no, maybe I didn't.
And as Aladdin comes to an end, we have a brief ceremony to acknowledge the Panto cast of 25 years ago. In previous years, these introductions were made by our own Mary Barrett, who sadly passed away in September. Mary gave us 32 years of her life organising the Panto. We miss her dearly, and we hope that our continuance of Renmore Pantomime will be a suitable memorial to Mary's memory. But now to recall, in 1987, packed houses in Leisureland greeted our Humpty Dumpty. We had a cast of almost 150, and it's with great pleasure now I'd like to introduce a representative few. But first, let's have a big welcome for our wonderful chairperson, Anne McElwain. Last night, Anne became a first-time granny, the youngest granny in Renmore. Anne will greet our guests and present a DVD of Humpty Dumpty to each one. Well, now, let's get cracking. So let's greet, first of all, our Prince Charming of 1987, Kenneth Long. Ken was was our regular prince in the 80s when he delighted us all with his lovely singing. Next up is one of our baddies, Belladonna, played by Trish Ford. In Humpty Dumpty, Trish conspired to steal the king's crown, and her menacing catchphrase was, "Hell had no fury like a woman scorned." Now, the king himself was none other than our stalwart, Paul Muldrew. Paul gave us many years of service in our panto. Now a big welcome now for our musical director and chorus mistress, Trina Lynn. Trina's wonderful harmony singers were a constant feature in those far-off days. Next up is our Dame of 1987, Paul Curley. Paul made a great impact and still performs in panto down in Ennis in the County Clare. We had a very evil baddie called Dragfoot, played with melodramatic effect by John Ford. John, as the baddie, was known to take children from the audience and lock them up in the dungeon. And John took part in the recent Tyvek panto in the Black Box. Now we greet our choreographer, Christine Burke. Christine choreographed a cannibal number, Ippy Tomby, in Humpty Dumpty, and she is now president of the PMS. We welcome the Galway Bay presenter, Jimmy Higgins. Jimmy was our noted trumpeter and orchestral coordinator. The good fairy was a Celtic druidess from Newgrange, played by Niamh McCarthy, and she's represented tonight by her sister, Aisling McCarthy. Aisling was also one of the choreographers of the Smurfs in Humpty Dumpty. Now we have our stage manager of 1984, Lynn Wright. Lynn is still part of the backstage scene and makes props for every panto, and this year actually Aladdin happens to be his son-in-law. Well, now finally we are very delighted to welcome the very special lady who has travelled all the ways from Morris and Uachtaráin. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Sabina Higgins. In the mid-80s, Sabina volunteered to help out in Renmore Panto, and she brought artistic flair and imagination to our productions. She's here tonight as a director of Humpty Dumpty in 1987. Sabina and Michael D were always great supporters of our panto. They actively encouraged all our theatrical efforts. And we'd like to wish you and the President every blessing and good wish for a fruitful and inspirational term of office in Morris and Uachtaráin. And now I'll call on our chairperson, Anne McElwain, to present a bouquet of flowers to Sabina in grateful appreciation of our contribution to Renmore Pantomime over the years. Finally, to link the past with the present, we give you Brian Power. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we'll ask Aladdin and the Princess to lead us into the final couplet.
Okay.
You blame me.
I found my prince, and now my days will be filled with joy and laughter.
And the fairy tale of Aladdin ends up happily ever after. Sunshine.